When Marina Mabrey blindsided Caitlin Clark with a shove that sent the rookie phenom crashing to the hardwood, fans thought the officials would step in and take control, but they didn't. No ejection, no flagrant, just a technical. The call stunned the crowd, shook the broadcast booth, and ignited a wildfire across social media. But what came after, the league's attempt to fix the mistake, only made things worse, because this wasn't just about a missed foul. It was about trust. Trust in referees, trust in the league, and trust that rules would be enforced evenly for every player. But when the WNBA overruled its own officiating crew after the game, it left fans asking, who's really in charge here? The chaos didn't begin with that hit, but that was the spark. The game between the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun was already teetering on the edge, with tensions boiling and physicality escalating every quarter. 6 technical fouls, 3 ejections, and a sense that the referees were losing control. And then it happened. Caitlin Clark, not even facing Marina Mabrey, got rocked by a blindside shove in the final moments. The play wasn't subtle. Clark was clearly shoved to the floor. The whistle blew, and yet nothing beyond a technical. No review, no ejection, just a shrug and a continuation of chaos. Meanwhile, Fever players and fans looked on, stunned. Broadcasters questioned what they'd just seen. And on social media, the clip went viral before the buzzer even sounded. But that was just the beginning. Just hours later, the WNBA issued a quiet correction. Marina Mabrey's technical was upgraded to a flagrant 2. That's the kind of foul that, if called in-game, would have had her ejected on the spot. But instead of stopping the chaos, the league waited until the noise got loud enough to force a reaction. No suspension, just a retroactive flagrant and a fine. Meanwhile, players like Sophie Cunningham, who was ejected during the game for a physical play, were left to wonder why her actions were treated more severely in real time than Mabrey's blatant hit. It's not just inconsistency, it's contradiction. The league essentially told fans, yeah, we got it wrong, but only after you made a big enough fuss. And here's where things got really messy. The officiating crew had already defended their live decision. Lead referee Ashley Gloss explained post-game that Mabrey's contact did not rise to the level of ejection and did not meet the criteria for a flagrant 2. That's what they went with during the game. But hours later, the league said the exact opposite, publicly, which means either the refs were flat out wrong or the league is just trying to save face. Either way, someone's lying, or at least fumbling the truth. That kind of public contradiction doesn't just confuse fans, it destroys confidence in the system. If a hit that wasn't a flagrant becomes a flagrant 2 overnight, what are the rules really based on? Slow motion replays and Twitter outrage? The inconsistencies didn't stop there. Sophie Cunningham, who fouled J.C. Sheldon late in the game, was tossed immediately. No debate, no hesitation, but her foul, by all accounts, was far less aggressive than Mabrey's. She didn't shove anyone from behind. She didn't blindside a player not even involved in the play. Yet Sophie was fined again post-game, as if her crime had escalated overnight. And fans noticed, how does Sophie get ejected on the spot for holding someone, while Marina shoves Clark and stays in the game? One analyst asked. Even neutral viewers agreed. It didn't add up. The goal is player. But while Sophie Cunningham was being painted as the enforcer and scapegoat, Marina Mabrey was building her brand off the backlash. The very next day, she responded to the outrage with a smug TikTok. Every time they comment, I make dollars. No apology. No concern, just dollar signs. For Mabrey, controversy is currency, and she knows exactly how to use it. She doesn't back down. She doesn't explain. She turns criticism into clout and chaos into attention. It's not new for her. This is the same Marina Mabrey who built her reputation on aggressive play and confrontation. Whether it's with the Dallas Wings, the Chicago Sky, or now the Connecticut Sun, Mabrey has always been the player you love to hate. And that role pays well. But what does it say about the WNBA when players like Mabrey can benefit from controversy while others get hammered for lesser offenses? Is this about rules or reactions? Because the message being sent is loud and clear. If you hit hard and get caught later, you might just get a fine. But if you react in the moment, like Caitlin Clark did after being poked in the eye, or like Sophie did trying to defend her teammate, you could end up ejected, fined, and labeled a villain. It's not just confusing, it's dangerous. especially for a league trying to grow its audience and prove it can protect its stars. And speaking of Clark, yes, she got a technical too. After being poked in the eye and reacting with visible frustration toward Sheldon, the refs tagged her for unsportsmanlike behavior. Let's be clear, she got a tech for getting poked and reacting. Meanwhile, the player who poked her, no penalty, and the player who shoved her to the floor stayed in the game. If that's not a broken standard, what is? The perception isn't just that the rules are applied differently, it's that they're made up, and then there's the fallout. Fans aren't just upset, they're disillusioned. If the league can't agree with its own referees and can't protect its players, then what are we watching? Players risk injury, teams risk their reputations, and fans risk wasting their time on a product that doesn't feel fair. It's not just about one shove or one game, it's about a system that changes its mind after the fact. That reacts instead of leads. That lets stars take hits while enforcing rules with a dartboard. Look at the bigger picture. This isn't the first time Caitlin Clark has been targeted without adequate protection. Happened with Kennedy Carter's cheap shot. Happened again with Sheldon's eye poke. And now Mabrey. Every time, the league drags its feet, issues fines after the fact, and tells the public, we got it right, eventually. But eventually isn't good enough when player safety is on the line, when millions are watching, when a new generation of fans is deciding whether or not to invest in this league long term. And if you think this chaos is limited to just one game or one team, think again. It's part of a broader pattern, a pattern of reactionary officiating, inconsistent discipline, and unclear standards. Some players are treated like protected assets, others like expendable collateral, and the fans see it all. They see who gets punished, who gets excused, who gets fined. So what's the answer? Do referees need more training? Does the league need stricter in-game enforcement? Or do we need real-time video reviews on all hard fouls? One thing's for sure, post-game corrections are not a solution. They're an admission of failure. And each time the league admits it got something wrong, it chips away at the very trust it's trying to build, especially now, with Caitlin Clark drawing historic attention to the WNBA. The league can't afford to fumble the moment. And while Marina Mabrey continues to cash in on the chaos, the WNBA is left scrambling to explain why the rules change after the fact. It's a spotlight the league wasn't ready for, a test they're failing in real time, and the players are the ones paying the price. Some with fines, some with reputation damage, and some, like Clark, with real physical consequences. If officiating continues to bend under pressure, the league will lose more than credibility. It'll lose the very momentum it worked so hard to gain, because fans don't just want stars, they want fairness. They want a game that respects its players and enforces its rules with consistency. They want a league that leads, not one that apologizes afterward, and they're watching closely. Every play, every call, every shove. So the next time someone like Marina Mabrey winds up and delivers a hit like that, the real test won't come. So what do you think? Should the WNBA force referees to review calls in real time when plays like this happen? Or are we stuck living in replay mode while the game and the players suffer in real time? Drop your thoughts below and let us know how you would fix this broken system.